My name's John Ulberg. I'm at Queen City Framing and Art Supplies. 3rd anniversary show. I've been doing art all my life, and after I retired from engineering profession, I decided to spend more time at it. These paintings here are all watercolor except one acrylic painting. It's pretty easy to spot. I paint Western, I paint rodeos, cowboys, cattle, and scenes from the West mostly, because it's what I know. I paint what I know. And I do landscapes and commissions of people and pets and things like that too, but my heart lies in the Western things. Well, I grew up a lot on ranches, and I worked for 3 different outfitters in the Bob Marshall Wilderness, packed stock. I have horses. I'm on my 6th teepee. I believe in kind of living the lifestyle I admire from the old days, because there's a lot of value to be gotten from studying the West. And so I study it. I like Charlie Russell's palette. I use his palette a lot. Usually paint my paintings with 4 colors or sometimes 5. And it's just seems like it's hard to find authenticity in paintings much anymore. I striving to keep that. This is a painting of the Baum Ranch branding. They're using an electric brand, and the detail to that is it's not a fire heated brand. It's an electric brand. I call it cold morning hot brand. You end up with a brand that's totally adequate, but the brandings I like are with my brands or steel brands heated up in a fire. I think you get a better brand, but that's a detail there. If you look at the painting, you can see the brand being made, the smoke coming up. It's rancid, stinks. It's a lot of fun. This one over here, I was painting of a little boy at the Deer Lodge rodeo. I call it ready to rope. He has his rope in his hand. He's sitting on the fence waiting to his turn. And I was trying to get the face youthful, and all of a sudden I realized I'd painted my grandson's face. And I showed the painting to his dad, and the first thing he said was, "That's his son." Those are the things in each of these paintings that has a story. Each of my paintings has a story. That one over there of the guy roping, I call it Lefty. He's left-handed. That has a little story. This fella here on the bronc, 82 years old, at the Drummond old-timer rodeo. Right after I snapped the picture, he was bucked off and ripped something in his throat and almost bled to death right in front of the audience. So I decided to paint him. We followed him until he got well out in Seattle. But each one of my paintings has a story. That painting there is of Stan Line, who is, of course, the author of many books and the cartoon strip Ricochet and others. And we became good friends. This was taken on the cattle drive of '89. There were 2 people that started, him and Barry McWilliams, another cartoonist. The cup in his hand I replaced with the blue cup that was his cup on the cattle drive. And he got to see this painting about a week before he passed away. This painting here, I make prints of it, and if someone donates a $100 check to the Historical Society, they get a free print. This painting is of a fellow that makes hats. I'm a cowboy poet too, and he makes my hats. I call it Hat Man. He's trying this hat on this fella. Each painting I try to lead the eye through the painting. If you look at the color of his cheek, you can pick it up down here, catch it on the edge of his thumb, and there's a hint of it in the hat. So your eye goes through the painting. One of the things it's nice to do is keep the viewer in the painting. And that's what this is trying to do. I like it because it's what I know. I grew up with it. And firearms, cowboys, doing ranch work, moving cattle. And that's why I like it. It's what my whole life has been.